or stop by your nearest Pilot Flying J. Hey, owner-operators, succeed on your own terms with Mercer Transportation. Whenever, wherever, and however you prefer to run, Mercer has the support you need to make your business successful. They offer fuel discounts, fast pay after every load, plenty of freight with over 3,100 customers and over 500,000 loads per year. No company trucks to compete with, and discounts on tires, insurance, and more. Pick your loads or let their coordinators help you find the right freight. Visit mercertown.com today. mercertown.com.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, Howe's Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
The Trucker Jobs Magazine is your monthly source for finding a great truck driving job in today's market. The Trucker Jobs Magazine has informative features to help you manage a business, stay safe on the roads, and keep up with the latest regulations affecting trucking. It also has fascinating stories about truckers like you. Pick up a free copy of the Trucker Jobs Magazine at one of almost 400 truck stops across the country. Or you can visit thetrucker.com for the digital edition today.
Sponsored by the Trucker Media Group.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Latino's media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin in Washington, where lawmakers are keeping a close eye on the calendar, with the possibility of a government default looming June 1st.
I'm Stephen Portnoy at the White House. On the eve of another meeting here between the president and congressional leaders, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy describes himself as fearful about the state of talks.
They're not going well at all. There's no progress that I see.
McCarthy tells reporters the staff-level talks merely amount to aides moving ideas back and forth. President Biden has indicated it's still his plan to leave Washington on Wednesday for the G7 summit in Japan.
Virginia's Democratic Congressman Jerry Connolly says police responded after a man with a metal baseball bat walked into his office in Fairfax, asked for Connolly, then assaulted 2 staffers.
They had a taser him. He was that agitated and violent. And I understand there was a bit of an altercation, and one police officer had minor injuries from it.
Both victims, including an intern working her first day on the job, have been treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No word on a motive. Motives under investigation in a mass shooting in the small city of Farmington, New Mexico. Police say an 18-year-old opened fire, killing 3 people and injuring 6 others. Lacey Walraven lives nearby.
I heard a loud bang, so I went in the backyard to see what was going on, and then that's when I heard multiple rounds start going off.
Among the wounded, 2 police officers who shot and killed the suspect. Planning a vacation? You may want to scratch one Caribbean island right off your list. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Jamaica is on the list of places the State Department advises Americans to reconsider traveling to. Advisories have been issued before. This latest warns violent crime, armed robberies, and sexual assaults can occur even at all-inclusive resorts. It says local police don't respond effectively, and U.S. government personnel are barred from some areas, which limits the resources victims have.
The State Department's also warning against travel to Colombia. Ukraine says it's fended off a new Russian attack that aimed 18 missiles at the capital. The BBC's Hugo Bachega is in Kyiv.
What the authorities here have been saying is that the strategy here seems to be, from the Russian side, to exhaust the country's air defense system.
Here in the U.S., they will go on with the Tonys show after all. The striking writers union has agreed not to picket the June 11th broadcast on CBS in exchange for alterations to the ceremony. The New York Times says it will include key award presentations and live performances, but no new material from script writers. S&P futures down 2. This is CBS News.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use in 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
Now, the story of a drug mule who shut the maternity department. CBS's Matt Piper explains.
A South Carolina traffic stop ended with cocaine found hidden behind what investigators thought was a pregnant woman's belly. It happened along I-85 during what police call a proactive patrol. They say they detected a red flag suit into the stop when Samika Mitchum gave conflicting information about her due date. And then they say she took off running. Drugs then allegedly fell out of her fake rubber stomach, more than 1,500 grams of cocaine. She and her accomplice are under arrest. Matt Piper, CBS News.
What to do with all of those empty stores at the mall? They're setting up pickleball courts inside vacant Bed Bath & Beyond, Old Navy, and Saks off-Fifth spaces. Commercial realtors say it's a benefit to malls trying to lure tenants and customers back, and players can take advantage of all that wide open space. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Get the DIY, get your window treatment done right the very first time with Just Line Manufacturing. For over 35 years, Just Line has been the trusted source for quality window treatment. Whether it be plantation shutters, blinds, shades, outdoor shades, or custom drapery, Just Line offers complimentary in-home consultation in the Montgomery, Prattville, Bay Farm, and Auburn areas. I've been learned that Just Line in Prattville, and I want to invite you to visit the Prattville showroom or online at GoJustLine.com.
Larry Bucket Chevrolet in Prattville is delivering huge discounts on select new vehicles at their Red Tank sales event going on now. Visit LarryBucket.com and click on Red Tank sale and take advantage of all of the savings. Plus, all new Trax, Colorados, and Chevrolet HDs are arriving now. Call them today for details. Shop new vehicles and select pre-owned vehicles today. Visit Larry Bucket Chevrolet in Prattville or shop online at LarryBucket.com. Larry Bucket Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? Need Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Offer a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Another hot and humid day on the way. Temperatures topping out around 89, but there will be a better chance of rain and cool today. Coverage up around 60%. Same thing for tomorrow. Highs in the mid-80s and a 60% chance of rain and storms. 50% chance of wet weather on Thursday. Highs in the 80s again, and we'll continue with highs in the low to mid-80s throughout the 7-day forecast with up and down rain chances. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the capital city. Traffic all these days. Registration for summer classes is going on now at Trinity State. Scholarships are available. Trinity State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. We're learning more about the 5 Montgomery firefighters injured in a deadly house fire Sunday. 40 state Captain Donald Crenshaw had second and third degree burns. He's sedated and in waiting burn care unit. He's expected to be hospitalized for weeks. Firefighters of various Wesley, Denise Christian Jr. and David Watson III are recovering. A body found in a pine in Temecula County has been sent off for an autopsy. Temecula County coroner says the body was found around 5 p.m. Sunday in a pond off 2430.
Wow.
And all across our area, high school seniors will be graduating this month. They get public school Wednesday, David, Thursday, and Harvard High School in Montgomery, along with local time and local county. For full list, visit our website, WSFA.com. I'm Jazz Williams, even more.
Hey, River Region, this is Christina, and I'm thrilled to be the managing partner of the all-new Toyota of Montgomery. As a member of this amazing community, I want to assure you that our brand new dealership is all about you and your experience. At Toyota of Montgomery, we understand that a car is more than just a vehicle. It's a crucial part of daily life that helps us get to work, run errands, and create memories with loved ones. Toyota of Montgomery offers the lowest prices and the best selection of new Toyotas and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We also pay more for your trade-in than anyone else. You can be confident you're getting a great deal, but it's not just about low prices. It's about building strong relationships with your customers and community. It's an all-new way to buy a Toyota. Come see me. I'm Christina. I want to sell you a car. At the all-new Toyota of Montgomery. Or shop online at toyotamontgomery.com.
I'm Mark, the care, and I love Navage. I told you about how your nose is the body's air. But Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and urine, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Justin, quote, after walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer, unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. Tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin ELkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here. If in the dark we sun.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. It is time for our daily bread. A word from on high, something to change your perspective I'll give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. Today, it is May the 16th, 2023 AD. Today's daily bread is Who Am I? Our scripture insight today comes from John 1:6-13. John 1:12 says, To all who did receive him, Jesus, give the right to become the children of God. Govern yourselves accordingly. Good morning. And again, it is May the 16th, 2023. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you don't. And you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you decide to do with this day. So whatever you do with this day, May the 16th, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What do we do? Well, you do what you can, while you can, for whom you can, until you can't. Benjamin Elijah May says, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you shall always, always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever give up. Never quit. Because quitters never win. And winners may fail at a thing or two, but they'll never be a failure as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other. My mother said nothing beats a failure but a try. Give out. Well, don't ever give up. Good morning to you, Montgomery. Who am I? That's our daily bread for this day. And this day, like all the other days of old, it is a great day to be alive. We'll be back.
Hello, my name is Wynn Collier. Today I'm going to read a piece I wrote for our Daily Bread titled, Who Am I? In 1859, Joshua Abraham Norton declared himself Emperor of the United States. Norton had made and lost his fortune in San Francisco shipping, but he wanted a new identity, America's first emperor. When the San Francisco Evening Bulletin printed Emperor Norton's announcement, most readers laughed. Norton made pronouncements aimed at correcting society's ills, printed his own currency, and even wrote letters to Queen Victoria asking her to marry him and unite their kingdoms. He wore royal military uniforms designed by local tailors. One observer said Norton looked every inch a king. But of course, he wasn't. We don't get to make up who we are. Many of us spend years searching for who we are and wondering what value we possess. We flail, trying to name or define ourselves when only God can truly tell us the truth about who we are. And thankfully, he calls us his sons and daughters when we receive salvation in his son, Jesus. Yet to all who did receive him, John writes, he gave the right to become children of God. And this identity is purely a gift. We are his beloved children, who are, as John says, born not of natural descent nor of human decision, but born of God. God gives us our name and our identity in Christ. We can stop striving and comparing ourselves to others because He tells us who we are. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from John chapter 1, verses 6 to 13. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision or a husband's will, but born of God. Let's pray. God, we know that we're yours. Help us feel confidence in knowing that we're born of you, children of the King. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay. It's time to rise and shine if you can. Come on now.
Oh, here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day,
We run to the sun.
no sweat, not yet, down in the mess hall on my knees, we got nothing to eat but a can of beans, The bread was molded and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne,
All the way.
When I was young, I always wanted to be.
Time to rise and shine, people. That's right. PT's coming up next. We got to do it 4 days a week. Cut that down sooner or later.
Rain, wind.
I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go.
Fly lead with.
I'm feeling it.
All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on, all the way, airborne, all the way, driving on. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne,
all the way. Well, it's time for PT. Somebody get started, made the first sergeant out there, tell them it's time to do it. Let's get on it. Come on. There we go. Oh, every day. My name on the dotted line. All I do is double time. Up the hill, down the hill, up the hill, down the hill. Airborne. C-130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Ooh. Hook up, shuffle to the door. And jump right out and count to 4. Oh yeah. My main don't open wide. I got a reserve by my side. Oh yeah. Woo. One should fail me too. Oh, look out below, 'cause I'm coming through. Hey, everywhere. Hey, every day. My man in the old drop zone. Box me up and send me home. Pin my wings upon my chest. And bury me in the front rest or whatever. Hey, everywhere. Hey, every day. Woo! Okay. All righty. And now, let us pay homage to all those men and women, young and old, future, past, and present, who've decided to bear the burden of freedom on their own backside. And that's the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. And let's not forget Space Force. Because right now, someplace in the world, our young men and women are sitting on the fence, sitting on guard, saying, not on my watch. Airborne. Because at the end of the day, freedom has to be maintained. Somebody's got to look out for it. I want to thank all those young men and women, especially the ones down there at Fort Benning right now, wishing they was like me, an airborne trooper. No problem. No problem. We got that. We got that covered. And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, they put air in the airborne. So good morning to those guys, to our young men and women who come from all over the world, to Maxwell, to learn from our top guns. We appreciate you. Welcome to Alabama. Good morning to the Alabama National Guard, who go here and there whenever they're called upon to do so. Good morning, Sergeant Major Rasmussen. How you doing? And good morning to the General. Oh, yeah. All right. That's enough kissing up. Good morning to our members of our Montgomery Sanitation Department who own the streets way before I'm on the streets in the morning. Good morning to the Montgomery Police Department and the Fire Department. As a matter of fact, we got a couple of firemen who were injured the other day. We'll hope them Godspeed to get better, and we're thinking about them. Call us if you need us. It is a dangerous job, just like any job that you protect people. It is a dangerous job. But these young men and women know that when they take it. Always, always much respect. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine.
To the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. As they fight for island freedom and to keep our honor free, we are proud to claim the title of United States.
You know, it's got to feel good every morning to wake up and be able to hear those anthems from all of our branches of our services, because rarely do you hear them anymore in the United States of America. But you'll always hear them here, because none of this means anything unless somebody's willing to put it on the line to go where they're asked to go, to do what they're asked to do in the name of freedom. Although yesterday with the Durham report, we found out that Well, our country is been under siege almost by not by military people, but by politicians who make up things on our other politicians to thwart a due a duly elected president of the United States, which is what the Durham report yesterday showed. Now, the only thing that gets me about the Durham report is that they didn't put anybody in jail. I mean, somebody should have went to jail. We used the FBI and all these people to go against a guy because you don't like him. Those people, those people put a, this is Memorial Day. This is Memorial Day. At the end of May, we have I think it's the 29th. We have a celebration, a commemoration of the lost lives of young men and women who, like Ronald Reagan said, gave up two lives. They gave up the one they have and the one they would have had they not gone in harm's way. It is an insult. It is a stain upon our republic that what these people did to Donald John Trump is an insult upon the memory of all of those people who have given their lives. Okay? A duly elected president of the United States. We use the whole apparatus of the government and Department of Justice and all kinds of things in order to go after one man because we didn't like him. Listen, Trump ain't exactly my favorite flavor either sometimes. But this is America. He did it the right way. He ran for that office and he won against I must admit, against the greatest odds that I've ever seen. But he did it. And we didn't like everything he said, but then again, my mother used to say teeth and tongue fall out. But if you read that Durham report, if you read any parts of it, and it's still going on, the shame and the grace is that nobody went to jail. Getting FISA warrants from the federal government, from a secret court to say that he was engaged in espionage for the Russians. It is a scar that I don't know if I understand political banter. I understand that in our government, just like we're adversarial, our political parties are adversarial. Not really, but they act like it in public. If that doesn't bother you, regardless of whether you like Trump, Biden, whoever it is, if that does not bother you, that we used our law enforcement, our federal agencies, our CIAs, our people like that, in order to try to shame and dislodge a duly elected president of the United States. If that doesn't bother you, that ought to scare the hell out of you that such a thing could happen. Now, we got the report now, took 6 years to get it. Way too late for him. But I got to tell you, if that should bother you, it is a shame and a disgrace on the lives of those young men and women who we will commemorate this month, who've given their life on the altar of freedom, as we think it was anyway. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that one. It is a shame and a disgrace. It is 6:30 in the morning. We'll come back with lessons of life and the word of the day. So anyway, somebody said, what were they doing? From what I see, from what I see with the Durham report, those people had every right to be in Washington, D.C. Every right to raise a whole lot of hell. That scum up there tried to undo for 4 years the president of the United States because they didn't like him, because they didn't like the way he spoke. They didn't like the way he put his words together. They had every right to be there. Okay? And this Durham report pretty much vindicates them all, in my mind. So I'm just telling you, to claim that the president of the United States is a foreign agent for another government, the Russian government. Yeah, they had every right to be in Washington, D.C. on January the 6th. Absolutely did. Okay? Now, most of you guys yeah. Matter of fact, my only shame is that I wasn't with them. Okay? Yeah, I think they did. And according to everything that we know about what happened to Donald Trump while he was in office, it is a mark upon the democracy, this republic that we have. The way we get people out of office is we vote them out. We don't have to agree with them. We vote them out. Impeach a guy twice. I mean, if it wasn't so sick, if it wasn't such a horrible thing, it would make you want to laugh. This is one of those things that you do on a comedian's thing at late night TV, because you would listen to yourself. I mean, if I was just coming from overseas right now, that happened in America. Yeah. January 6th was just 1.0. All right. If there's ever another one, yeah, it'll probably be 2.0. We sat by and let our feelings get in the way. So they let their feelings get in the way of our republic, and trying to bring a man down because you don't like him. Using our government to do things that we otherwise couldn't do. Yeah. Now you listen. You read the Durham report. The FBI has been brought in this thing. Some of our I mean, it is a listen. Donald Trump is not my favorite piece of fish, but I got to tell you, considering the guy that's in there now, yeah, I'll take Donald twice on Sunday. All right. Okay. Didn't like the way he talked either. Donald has yet to learn how to lead. He knows how to be a boss. But I will say one thing: this nation was in a hell of a lot better hands in him than it is in the current occupant of the White House. So anyway, let's take a break. And you don't have to agree with me either. That's why we have a country, so people don't have to agree. But you don't get a right to lie. You use our federal apparatuses in order to go individually after a man that you don't like. That you don't get to do. And I think Durham really did us a disservice after 6 years. Didn't recommend anybody go to jail. So even he is still part of the swamp down there. Okay. So, but at least the former president of the United States, has been vindicated in the things that he said. I've heard about these kinds of things going on in other countries, not in America. America? What? We're trying to bring down a president because we don't like him by claiming that he is a foreign agent for the Russians. I mean, come on, man. But anyway, that's my saying, and I'm sticking to it. So let's take a break, and we'll be back with lessons of life as well as the word of the day. We'll be back.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
Another hot and humid day on the way. Temperatures topping out around 89, but there will be a better chance of rain and storms today. Coverage up around 60%. Same thing for tomorrow. Highs in the mid-80s, about a 60% chance of rain and storms. 50% chance of wet weather on Thursday, highs in the 80s again, and we'll continue with highs in the low to mid 80s throughout the 7-day forecast with up and down rain chances.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. Your Tuesday holds no major problems or accidents. Check with the surrounding counties. They're clear. Interstate systems moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area. You see something giving you trouble with traffic safely, contact us. We'll pass that info along. Incredible values over at Premier Place. Shop Bath & Body Works, Cuts by Us, Hourglass Optical, Shoe Carnival, K-Row Vape and Phone Repair, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton & Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
The gaming population is regularly rocked by the release of a new game, but have you heard of that impacting a professional esports player? Last week, a newly released role-playing game called Honkai Star Rail was so successful that it caused a professional Valorant match to forfeit. As both teams were preparing for their match, an undisclosed player for the Ghost Commandos was absent as he was too busy playing the brand new game. Sounds like Honkai Star Rail has already found their #1 fan. The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not know what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
Hey, River Region, this is Christina, and I'm thrilled to be the managing partner of the all-new Toyota of Montgomery. As a member of this amazing community, I want to assure you that our brand new dealership is all about you and your experience. At Toyota of Montgomery, we understand that a car is more than just a vehicle. It's a crucial part of daily life that helps us get to work, run errands, and create memories with loved ones. Toyota of Montgomery offers the lowest prices and the best selection of new Toyotas and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We also pay more for your trade-in than anyone else. You can be confident you're getting a great deal, but it's not just about low prices. It's about building strong relationships with our customers and community. It's an all-new way to buy a Toyota. Come see me. I'm Christina. I want to sell you a car at the all-new Toyota of Montgomery. Or shop online at toyotamontgomery.com.
Jesse Kelly here. If given a choice between financial stress or peace of mind, I will always choose peace of mind. That is why I've secured gold and silver from the Oxford Gold Group. Having precious metals in your home safe or in your 401k or IRA should be considered your investment strategy. Simply put, it's a portfolio protection plan. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals just like I do. Call 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password, for you to become a victim. LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
If your to-do list requires work on the land, come see us at SunSouth. We listen to your needs so you get the right equipment and the right implements at a price you can afford. And during our spring sales event at SunSouth, you can save even more with store-wide specials and financing as low as 0% on select John Deere models. So you can get the to-do list done faster, more efficiently, and more affordably. For your equipment needs, come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Offers expire May 30, 2023. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
All righty then, we are back. It is 6:40 in the morning. If you got to be there by 7 o'clock, you got about 20 minutes by which to arrive. You got to be there at 6:30. You're a little late, but tell the boss that you had to listen to me, and he'll probably cut you some slack because you got great taste. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about that for a second. Anyway, good morning to you. It is May the 16th. It is, well, it's good to be on top of the ground. Lessons of life and word of the day. Now, the word of the day is an interesting word because it pretty much describes me. Okay, it does. It pretty much describes me, and everybody won't get this description about them except every once in a while. Okay, urbane. U-R-B-A-N-E. U-R-B-A-N-E. Now, I know when I tell you what this means, you're gonna say that doesn't describe you. Well, it does, and when I'm in a good mood, it does describe me when I'm in a good mood. Urbane means notably polite or polished in manner. Now, I will admit to you, there are times that I'm not so polite and I'm not very polished at times. I would agree. but catch me on my really good days, like today. Today is one of those great days. Okay, I feel exceptionally blessed today. I didn't know I was going to make it. Glad I'm here. So on top of the ground's not on top of me. So I'm going to be urbane today. Okay, notably polite or polished in manner. Okay, so this is an urbane day for me. It's rare, but it does happen every once in a while. Okay, urbane, Urbane. So if you look at your teacher, since this is all close to the last week of school, say, Mr. Johnson, you are certainly a picture of urbaneness. Okay, now Mr. Johnson won't know what you mean. He'll go to the dictionary and find out what it means, and then he'll probably change that grade for you. I'm just saying, you might want to throw that word around, every once in a while for that last grade, getting your last report card that gets sent home. Okay, urbane, notably polite or polished in manner. All right then, lesson of life today. This is an interesting one, and I think if you listen to what I have to say, it's short, sweet, to the point that you'll understand. Okay. We as human beings, we feel committed and obligated to do certain things in life that we may or may not be obligated to do. But I've come up with one thing only, that you're absolutely obligated to do, and you don't even have to think about it. It's an obligation. The only obligation that you have a right to assume, because we all assume things, but the only one you have a right to assume is to do at any time what you think is right, okay, or what you know is right. Thinking can be kind of tough on some of you guys sometimes, okay? So the only obligation that you have a right to assume at any time is to do what you know is right. And that's the only one. The rest of them, we can throw them up. We can throw them up and see what happens when it comes down. Okay, I'm just telling you, you might want to do that. Okay, so that is the lesson of life today. The only obligation that you have a right to assume is to do what you know is right. And just because it's right doesn't mean there won't be consequences. But as long as your conscience is clear, you'll be okay. It is May the 16th. It is the 136th day of the year. There are 229 days left in this year. It was on this day, May the 16th, 1966, that China launched the Cultural Revolution, a radical as well as deadly reform movement aiming at purging the country of counter-revolutionaries. In 1770, Marie Antoinette, at the time age 14, married the future king of France, who was 15. In 1868, at the U.S. Senate impeachment trial of President Andrew Johnson, 35 out of 54 of the senators voted to find him guilty of high crimes and misdemeanor over his attempted dismissal of Secretary of War Edward M. Stanton, falling one vote short of the 2/3 majority needed to convict. The trial ended 10 days later as the two other articles of impeachment went down to defeat as well. Remind you anybody you know in the current history? 1919 was the year. Pianist Liberace was born in West Allis, Wisconsin. 1920, Joan of Arc was canonized by Pope Benedict XV. In 1939, the federal government began its first food stamp program in Rochester, New York. Need to get me some of those back in. I wasn't here in 39, so don't worry about it. 1943, nearly a month-long Warsaw Ghetto uprising came to an end as German forces crushed the Jewish resistance and blew up the Great Synagogue. 1953 was the year Associated Press correspondent William N. Otis was released by the communist authorities in Czechoslovakia, where he had been imprisoned for 2 years after being forced to confess to espionage while working for AP's Prague bureau chief. The year was 1957. Kevin ELkins, born in South Bend, Indiana, and living in other places, like in the United States Army, a former member of the 82nd Airborne at Fort Bragg, 2nd of the 75th Ranger Battalion, as well as the 1st Special Forces Group at Fort Lewis, and serving in many other places, bomb holder Germany, Hawaii, Korea, and a few other places he can't name, ended up in Montgomery, Alabama, where he's been a top-notch talk show host on WLWI 1440 for almost 21 years. And today is his birthday. Just thought I'd let you know. Okay. 1975. Japanese climber Junko Tabi became the first woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Can't figure out why people want to climb a mountain, except I guess it's there. I mean, when you get up there, you ain't bringing nothing back with you. If you want snow, there's snow at the bottom of the mountain. I don't know why people climb mountains. But then why do people jump out of airplanes? I don't know. Maybe it's exciting. 1988, the U.S. Supreme Court in California versus Greenwood ruled that police could search discarded garbage without a search warrant. Surgeon General C. Everett Koop released a report declaring nicotine was addictive in ways similar to heroin and cocaine. In 1991 was the year Queen Elizabeth II became the first British monarch to address the United States Congress as she lauded U.S.-British cooperation in the Persian Gulf War. The year was 1997. President Bill Clinton publicly apologized for the notorious Tuskegee experiment in which government scientists deliberately allowed black men to weaken and die of treatable syphilis. In 2007, anti-war Democrats in the Senate failed an attempt to cut off funds for the Iraqi war. And it was 14 years ago, the ruling Congress party swept in a resounding victory in India's mammoth national elections. I don't know why I put that on there, but it made sense. 9 years ago, the federal safety regulators slapped General Motors with a record $35 million fine for taking more than a decade to disclose the ignition switch defect in millions of cars, linked at one point at least 13 deaths. The figure later rose to 90. The U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel pleaded to Israel leaders that the U.S. would do what we must to prevent the Jewish state's greatest fear of nuclear-armed Iran being realized. Anything else? Oh, 5 years ago, officials at the Michigan State University said they had agreed to pay $500 million to settle claims for more than 300 women and girls who said they were assaulted by sports doctor Larry Nassar. And those are some of the things that happened on this day. And it's 6:50 in the morning. What is today's date? Well, it is May the 16th, and it is National Mimosa Day. I don't know exactly what a mimosa is, but right on for that. Drawing Day. Get your drawing pads out and pencil and bring the images of your imagination to life. International Day of Light. Today, let's come together to celebrate the life-giving light that plays a big role in all of our lives. Martyrdom of Imam Sadegh. Today is the appreciate and reflect on the Islamic history as we observe the martyrdom of Imam Sadegh. What else is it? National Barbecue Day. I'm the only guy I know that's black who don't really like barbecue. What can I tell you? And are you ready to get your grill on? Well, now today is the day you can start it off by going down to one of them places. I'm not going to name anybody's name, and they're not advertising with me. So get your grill and get your grill on. Okay, it's coming up real soon. National Biographers Day. Okay. National St. Jacques Day. Don't know who he is. National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day. Now that's a good one. That's a good one. You know, cut your neighbor's grass. Okay, let's not go too far with that. That's not good. Not good. It's gonna be crazy. Take him a nice glass of tea or something like that. Yeah. You don't need to be cutting his grass. I mean, it's his grass. Let him cut his own grass. And National. I know people are not going to think I'm going to say this, but I am, because show you that I'm not prejudiced. I'm not against anybody. I'm just against when people insult my intelligence. But other than that, I'm good. Today is National Honor Our LGBT Elders Day, a time to pay tribute to those who have paved the way for the LGBT community. Okay, I know y'all thought I would never say that, but you have a right to your own hero. Okay. National Love a Tree Day, or like we like to say, Hug a Tree Day. I don't know if the tree gonna hug you back, but okay then. Now, it is also National Piercing Day. Okay, I think that we've gotten a little out of hand with the piercing thing. You know, putting piercings in our nose, like looking like a cow. I think that's kind of stupid looking. But you know, that's you. You know, I mean, think about it. We got people walking around. I mean, okay, the earrings. It took me a long time to get used to guys in earrings. Okay, I finally got there. Okay, as long as they ain't too big and stuff like that, I'm good. But piercing. So we got fools out there with pierce their tongue, pierce their nose, pierce all their ears, pierce, and now some of them are piercing their on the other side of their nose. I mean, come on, man. Why? Why? They got some piercings other places too that I can't describe at the moment. But I'm just saying, why? Why? And the pierce in the nose, that's the one that gets me. In the nose, like a cow or like a horse. You know, you got, I mean, I just think that is so crazy. But anyway, it ain't for me. Okay. National Sea Monkey Day. Yeah, that's a shrimp. I don't really know what it is, but I know it's a shrimp. National Stop Nausea Day. Okay, well, you know, nausea can be uncomfortable, but these days it can be treated with medication. So if you get nausea, go see your doctor. And it is National Wear Purple for Peace Day. Now, purple is also one of those. It's one of those fraternities. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I knew they would like to wear some purple. Is it? Okay, I don't want to get it wrong because I don't want anybody to catch me out in the street and open a can of whoop butt on me. So I don't want to get the wrong one, but I know they wear purple with gold boots. I know they do that. Okay, I know. So got a friend that does that kind of thing. So we'll. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong one because these folks around here in this city get all upset if you don't get the wrong one, like that AKA, that woman fraternity, AK. Oh yeah. So you can't get that stuff wrong. So I'm just saying National Wear Purple Day. Okay, I'm just saying Nickel Day. Okay, let's work together, educate people about the benefits and drawbacks of the transitional metal nickel. Okay. It's also Ride a Unicycle Day. I don't know why you want to get on one of those things, but okay. Here's one. Here's one. Sex Difference in Health Awareness Day. Learn the difference in health conditions regarding different sexes. Oh, come on now. Can't be no difference because everybody, you can identify whatever the hell you want to identify as nowadays. I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, that's where it goes. Supply Chain Professionals Day. Hey. Appreciate the people that keep that supply chain going. Truckers, you know, the guys who load the trucks and all that kind of stuff. You know, matter of fact, let me add one too. Today is give respect to the people who load the trucks, the 18-wheelers, okay, so you can get your stuff brought to your place. And here's one. I used to be a waiter. It is National Waiters Day. So if you work for Ryan's or one of the restaurants in town, you know, Chappie's Deli, and which they really got some professional folks at Chappie's Deli. I love the way they do work over there. But if you got, you know, if you're a waiter, we recognize you this day. So give a brother a little extra change this morning, you know, as you go over there and get your meal. Some people don't deserve any money, but there are a lot of them that do. So I'm just saying you might want to think about that today when you visit your favorite restaurant, okay? So National Waiters Day is a national campaign to celebrate the folks that get our food to us in a hot and timely manner. Okay, I'm just saying that's what day it is today. All right, so those are, unless you know some other day, but the most important day it was today. Okay, out of all the things we named today, it is Kevin ELkins Day, May the 16th, because this is the day he was born back in 1957. I'm just telling you. It's a great day to be alive. All right? 1957. Who was president in 1957? Anybody know? I know. Dwight David Eisenhower. Okay, was president in 1957. Okay. You know how much a loaf of bread was in 1957? Seriously? It wasn't anything like it is now. Oh, let me see. Hey Google, Google, oh Google. Okay, I don't guess Google's hearing me this morning. I'm trying to figure out what was a loaf of bread in 1957. Hey Google, what was the cost of a loaf of bread in 1957? Let me see. Okay, let me see. It's coming up. It's coming up right now. How much did things cost in 19? Okay, a dozen eggs. How much was a gallon of milk in 1957? Okay, well, I don't see bread on this thing, but okay, well, I would imagine that it wasn't too high back in 57. Okay, grocery list, 14 items in 1957. Okay, now let me see now how much was here. Here's the list. Let me see in the list. We'll see how deep my had to dig into a wallet. Okay, we got milk. Oh, I'll figure that out later on. But yeah, it wasn't very much. I'll figure that out later on. All right, then we'll come back and tell you what things cost the year I was born. And all that. I do know you could buy a new car like in '57 for like for $3,000 or a little less. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, what happened to those days? Anyway, we'll come back with other things to talk about when we come back. But the Durham report is out, and we find out that we used our government to go after a sitting president of the United States on a bunch of lies. We all knew that. We all knew that was the deal was, but we kind of. All right, gotta go. We'll be back.
I expect a breakthrough at the end of the year. In recent days, the two sides have made some progress. The House Speaker Kevin ELkins is demanding that spending cuts be passed and deals to do it. One area of potential compromise is the sending COVID relief funds that have been approved but not implemented.
Secretary Yellen has issued multiple warnings about a green protocol. Investigators in New Mexico are searching for a motive after police say an 18-year-old opened fire in a residential neighborhood in the small city of Farmington, killing 3 people and injuring 6 others. Chief Steve Kevin.
Those will be very random. But they're in the schools, in the churches, and individuals targeted.
Police shot and killed the suspect. Kevin says he used at least 3 guns, including an AR-15 style rifle. Virginia Congressman Jerry Connolly said a man armed with a metal baseball bat attacked 2 employees of his office in Fairfax. I also feel like it was easy that working her first day on the job. He says 47 years of kids around who can do this and whose record is unknown. Former staffer including Rudy Giuliani for alleged sexual assault. Your CBS is
The attorney for the law company says his client has recordings of similar exchanges with Giuliani. Exchanges attorney Justin King says were often sexual in nature. He was completely pressuring her when they were supposed to be working. He would apparently try to initiate sexual contact. The suit says Giuliani gained company access to more than 23,000 of his emails, some allegedly containing classified exchanges with President Trump. Ukraine said it's rounded off a new Russian missile attack. The BBC's Camilla Mills. Ukrainian president in the September night sky, and several of its buildings could be held as key. Americans have been photography time, and some of the rocket debris has fallen in central districts, impinging on the city's zoo. There are reports of injuries. If you're looking for the ideal spot to settle down, and you don't mind the colors, there's a little black in Green Bay. The factor top news and world reports 2023 list of the best places to live. Here's number one, Huntsville, Alabama. Second, this is CBS News. Okay, next week on Wood Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates from the same place. Visit Indeed.com. Let's see, switching costs less. If people are happier with it, that's not what people look into in the industry. Maybe for switching to Medicare, they go to the typically $500 a month. And that's huge. It's also true that people can raise their satisfaction after making the switch. The customer satisfaction rate for Medicare is double that the typical health insurance company. Double. Medicare works. It's been out more than 30 countries, and it has shared more than $3 billion that are people huge nature of feeling. Yeah, you can see the total to make it better. Imagine being happy with all your people. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE. Kids may not be able to buy chocolate milk in the school cafeteria for much longer. The USDA is considering banning elementary and middle schools because of its high sugar content. Those all in on the ban say it's contributing to childhood obesity. Boys say kids are likely to buy plain milk instead and may not get enough nutrients. Federal regulators are conflicted, saying they're targeting down or allowing it. 10 grams of added sugars in each 8-ounce portion. A decision is expected next year. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington. I know what to watch out for. Sunday, organizations warning artificial sweetener, aspartame, saccharin, sucralose, and stevia do not help you lose weight and could increase the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. You know, your favorite Nelly song. This one is 39 minutes, really a beautiful flavor and a sweetness from Rodriguez. CBS News.
Yeah, nothing. Sometimes everybody keeps saying,
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider.
Hey guys, you know this generic one by academics just a screen that's 95% cheaper? Just go to you get your medical consultation, which you can get prescribed and process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, ELkins.com. That's ELkins.com/GWI. Smart, smooth, and fast overcast. Mark them in this afternoon at 5 p.m. And we
And welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. 860-1440 is the number here. What was a house called in 1957, the year I was born on this day? A house ran about $10,000. Okay, the average income in 1957 was $4,494. Wow, one people still mad. Milk was $1 a gallon. Considering, milk's like $4 a gallon now. I mean, it's not $4.50. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna do that. But gas, my lord, gas was 24 cents a gallon. Come on, man. And a postage stamp was 3 cents. Bread was 19 cents. Oh Lord, take me back to the good old days. Let me see. A can of Libby peaches was 25 cents. Swanson TV dinner, believe it or not, was 75 cents. And one more thing, syrup around that time was 33 cents. My Lord, take me back to the old days. Bread was 19 cents. You could buy a brand new car for $1,879 to $3,400. Average income though, $4,500. Man, that's just. Wait, let me see who this is. Hello, who's this? My son? Well, Zarel. Everybody hears about you, but they never heard your voice in a long time. So you headed to school, I presume. Yeah. You go to Lee. You don't really like Lee, but we'll have that discussion. We'll have that discussion later on. But listen, have a great day at school. This is the first time you ever called me, I think, on the radio. So I Thank you very much. And you speak it up too, so I can actually hear you. Normally I can't hear you most of the time. Well, thank you, Zarel. Listen, what's the greatest thing about me that you know? Okay. Okay. I thought you were gonna say that, the brilliance that I exude around you. Okay. Thank you, Zarel. Have a great day at school, the best you can anyway. We only got like a week left, and we'll see how it all shakes out. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. All right then. I can't believe my son actually called me. Well, he is getting older. Because, years and years ago, he was very soft. Anyway, that's a pretty good birthday present right there. He never talked. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number. I'll take other phone calls. I never do that. Bro. I need to do the VIP. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I think I get it. Anyway, okay. So, one more time. In 1957, the day I was born, $10,000 could buy your house. The average income was $4,500. A car was ranging from $1,800 to $3,400. Milk was $1 a gallon. Gas was 54 cents a gallon. Bread was 19 cents a gallon. Postage stamp was 3 cents. And a can of peaches were 25 cents. And a Swanson TV dinner was 75 cents. And beer was 33 cents. We'll never see those days again. But if there's any place around America where those prices still exist, that's where I'm moving to. Okay, I'm just saying. All right? All right, then what else we got to go? Now, by this time, no. I knew I was supposed to do something today. I was supposed to do this. But I know by this time that most of you have heard about the Durham report. It is a special prosecutor that was installed by, I guess, at that particular time, the Attorney General was Barr, and to look into all of these allegations about the president. And then after 6 years, after the guy has been raked over the coals, he's been lambasted, he's been lied on by everybody that's been anybody in position. The Clintons have got away, Hillary Clinton hasn't got away almost with anything she wanted to do. But we lied on the president of the United States that he was some agent, and we interfered with the election of 2016. Okay, or the 2020, whatever. Well, now the truth comes out, and then we found that the organizations that we have put our trust into in America are no longer warranted. Our trust is long. They've got to go a long way to make me think that they are trustworthy. Okay, and we are claiming that the president of the United States was an agent of Russian. I mean, the lies they told on that man. From looking at his report, January 6th was appropriate. Yeah, it was appropriate. Okay, so I don't care what anybody says. What those folks did in their day was appropriate. This country let us down. Our highest at the highest levels of our government and law enforcement let us down. I'm just saying. At least that's the way I see it. 860-1440, number 2. This is right quick. Come on, who's this? Yes. Yeah. I didn't know who it was for a second. But, yeah. Yes. Yeah. I need to be heard nationally. The world needs to hear from me. Yeah. 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 That's on my bucket list. Yeah. That's on my bucket list. Yes. Did you see the Durham report? Oh, that's true. It does. Yes, it does. The people have a right. The people have a right when that government fails them to address that government failure. And our government and I yeah, right. Well, if the government is no, if you look at the Constitution of the United States, the preamble, they said one of the reasons why they wanted to leave is because that same government would have secret meetings. They would arrest people. They would do all kinds of things to people outside of the public view, and so they felt they were compelled to do what they had to do. I'm telling you, what they did to Donald John Trump was akin to what was in the preamble to the Constitution of the United States. Well, again, I'm not for that. I think there's a difference when the people who we rely on to keep civility in our society, when they turn against the people. Well, yeah, that's bad. Well, I wouldn't justify. Wait a minute. I wouldn't justify what happened in the name of George Floyd. But when government does it, when government takes take its full authority, well, they're a branch of the government. But when the leader of our government, well, it's true. Well, I can only tell you what Thomas Jefferson said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is 7:19 in the morning. Good morning, O'Neill. Good morning. That's true. Yes, sure. Go right ahead. Mhm. Right, right. Yeah. No, no. Because right, and I agree with him. That's not why he was here. He was here to tell us about the management of the Whitewater Park, not to get involved in people's personal salaries or anything like that. I wouldn't have done that either. No, I don't know. I did get a call from their office. I did get that. So, yeah. But that don't mean anything. Yeah, yeah. You know. Well, I understand. You know, okay, now I'm going to. I'm wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm going to. I okay. Let's put some. Let's put some. You know, I'm doing like Top Gun. Like I'm gonna do like Top Gun. That thing when the guy says, "Okay, let's put 200 push-ups on it." Now, I can get catered bread. As a matter of fact, I've been approached. So I just haven't really worked hard at it. But now, what's in it for me when she comes? Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like you and I, that we are the average citizen. I got to think they would. I got to think they would. Doug is a pretty open guy. Frank is a pretty open guy. I think they would. But here's what they don't want to do. And I understand. I've been doing this business a long time. You know, if your initial response is to criticize them and call them thugs and call them crooks, and you don't know a doggone thing about what you're talking about, why put myself through that? No, curmudgeon, yeah, curmudgeon, he trying to say that everybody's a crook and they're stealing the money and things of that nature. I mean, come on, I know that. Uh, yeah, I'm questioning why we can't seem to finish spending it on the things that it's supposed to be spent for. Well, sooner or later they're gonna let everybody know. Yeah, I mean sooner or later. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll be back right after this. Okay. Well, I have this. I've decided to do something as of today that I've never done before. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I don't know what that is. Other things. We'll be back. I'm going to be tougher. That's right. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be tougher. If it's not your fault. Okay, maybe not. We'll be back.
Montgomery's Skywatch traffic brought to you by Family Law, Family Group, Breaking Over. South. Candy Street. If something costs less, people are happier. Into maybe switching to that spirit, people much more can stay with the family. That's a month. And that's huge. It's also true that people way more satisfied after making the switch. Great condition is nothing that the typical health insurance plan. Medicare works as part of more than 4th century and Medicare more than $3 billion bills. Not having telehealth, huge nationwide control network. So, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. All right. No way, man. He has around ears too. We can make it move further. This is your big sister. You have a job all over searching for the lowest and have already made around 200 bucks. You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway. Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents cash back. Okay, I'm starting to download Upside. I didn't feel like it. You can download the free Upside app now. reminded you here live this afternoon on News Report website.
And we are back. Good morning, everybody. Got a lot of things. Actually, got a lot of things. I was going to get to our police, the men and women who've given their lives in service of our police department. That was celebrated last week. I didn't get a chance to do it, but I'm going to do it. You know, 860-1440 is our number. You want to get started and talk to whatever on your mind, but who's been waiting the longest, and that would be you. Good morning. Who's this? Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm getting calls from the former president. Good morning. Yes. You insinuated that they were doing something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You did I call your name? No, you always insinuate that people are doing something wrong. No, that's not. Which I wouldn't have got into. That's politics. That's politics. Well, you insinuated that he. Okay, I hear you. Okay. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done? Okay, good. All right then. I don't know why you keep fighting me on the microphone, but I control it. Good morning, who's this? Yeah. Yes. And I don't think we should let them buy land or any foreign government. No. He ain't talking about citizens. If you're a citizen of, if you're a citizen, you don't. If you're a citizen of the United States, they can't stop you from purchasing land. But if you're not, but if you just, if you're a national, because sooner or later, have you been to Honolulu? I don't think you have. Everything in Honolulu right now, when I was there, was owned by Japanese. Now everything in Honolulu, even in Jamaica, they're owned by the Chinese. Really? Do we really want to give everything we have to somebody else in another country? Yeah. No. We want to maintain our own sovereignty. No, we want to maintain our own sovereignty. Where is somebody going to make America the priority? It's a priority. You cannot sell everything in your country to somebody else. They are trying to take away your freedom. I, it depends on, first of all, Well, listen. I'm not a fool. I think history should be told, but I do think it is age appropriate how you tell it. I, I mean, do we? You know, if we didn't have the internet, if we didn't have okay, if we didn't have the internet and access to any information you could want, I could kind of understand your position. But there's nothing that you want to know about that you cannot find in a matter of 30 seconds. Again, again, it depends on okay, it depends on the purpose of the conversation and the age of the people that you're talking to. A sixth grader, okay, wouldn't know much about the trials and tribulations of black folks. If we put that in front of a sixth grader now, a fifth grader now, they wouldn't like very. I hear you. Age appropriate though. Age appropriate. Age appropriate. A child. Let me answer. Again, again, again. Why is it? Okay, okay. Can I get a word in here? Why is it that when they make movies, they give you a certain audience that that movie is projected for, and any age below that you cannot go? Because our minds, I don't, there's nothing you cannot learn if you want to learn it. What's the purpose of the lesson? I hear you. I hear. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of the lesson? In your mind, what is the purpose of teaching the bad past? What does that do? And you really believe that there's a chance in hell that we are willing to do that. Okay. I'm going to ask you this question, then I got to go. Your mama comes home and she whips your butt for something that you did. Do you want her every day to whoop your butt for what you did 3 years ago? Because that's history. Wait a minute, should you take a butt whooping all the time for what you did 3 years ago? No, I'm telling you that people get tired of hearing what they did years and years and years ago when they had nothing to do with it. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, let them teach them. No, I'm just telling you, nature has a way of fixing the ills that we have. Yeah. And we're gonna fix that too. Sooner- okay. I'm done. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, that'll be fixed too at some point. Good morning. Yes, thank you. Sure I do. I yeah, yeah, I do listen to it. Hmm. Supposedly to represent us. Supposedly, supposedly to rec- supposedly to represent you. Hmm. Hmm. Right. I don't, but to be antagonistic, to somebody who's giving us their time, it's that's it. I don't want to antagonize people. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Well, you didn't elect him. I would agree, and I tried to get him. Yes, I did. Yeah, and I found out about the bill, Y'all were wrong. No, because because I know logic and reason when I hear it. Yeah, truth is truth. It doesn't make any difference who tells it. I do know it's true. Mm. I don't mind, but I don't want to be antagonistic to them. Yeah. Well, he didn't work for the citizens. He didn't work for the citizens. No, no, but that guy didn't work for the citizens. No, I did not. You know, you can't be antagonistic to everybody. Yeah, that was not within his. That was not in his wheelhouse. Yeah, yeah. Because those are elected officials. But, but the guy on yesterday was not a government official. Yeah. Okay. We need it. Yeah. I gotta take a break. I have got to. Okay. I gotta go to my last break. We'll be back. Drag me to the Capitol.
Nasal? We've seen miracles all the time. Miracles never come easy. That's why as good as children's hospitals are, we need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Put your children's miracle happening.
All right, let me go back to the phones right quick. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Good morning. You know how it goes. Yeah, I let them chew me up sometimes. You know, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, yeah. So you wait. So you really believe that the president of the United States was working for the Russians? Okay. Okay. Right. And you think the president? Okay. Okay. Well, you don't know what Obama did. You don't know what Bush did. You don't know. I mean, you don't know what any of them doing there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 You know they lying. I mean, you know Biden and them lying. Okay, I didn't hear about that one. Okay, good. Yeah. Mhm. Right, right. Uh-huh. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Well, again, though, yeah, 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 right. I think, mm, mm. All right, appreciate it. Let me see if I can get one more of these in here. Good morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That it? Okay, well, I guess I take this one. Good morning. Morning. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah. Now that I do not know. I know they come up with a district, a cooperative. Now how those things work, I think that's a great question to ask. I can get see if I can get if I can get Commissioner Singleton on and ask that question because I really don't know how those things work. Right. Right. I don't know if these guys are government employees or not. Uh, Coming back, and we'll talk a little bit more about that because right now I got to get to a break, but we'll be back. So I just probably about you. About,
Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden and congressional leaders met with other today on avoiding a government default. White has a top story from Washington. The Treasury estimates the U.S. allowed the goal of consumers June 1st. This morning, Treasury Secretary Kevin ELkins urged Congress to act, warning the U.S. economy to change in the balance. She said the impact is already increasing the debt burden on taxpayers. Americans were spending a little more last year. Most of these things more. CBS business analyst Joe Schlesinger. After dipping in March, retail sales recovered in the month of April, rising 24% from the month before. But this result was about half what the analysts had expected. Rather from AAA showed gas prices are almost $1 cheaper than they were a year ago. Some of us were paid up to $5 a gallon. Police in New Mexico, 3 people were killed, 6 injured, when a teenager began firing randomly on a residential street in small northwest city of Farmington. These tapes seemed heavy. The suspect, who's identified as an 18-year-old man, fired at least 3 different weapons that were confirmed at this point, including one being an AR-style rifle. The woman was shot and killed by officers. If you flew somewhere last year, chances are you may have been forced to buy a toothbrush when you got there. A new study out by the Air Transport Agency says the rate of lost, damaged, or delayed luggage nearly doubled last year as air travel rebounded. Part of the reason? Airline staffing shortages. 26 million bags were mishandled compared to just 10 million before the pandemic. Passenger air traffic was up to 3.5 billion people last year. If you drive a Jeep, you may be wise to leave it on the street or in the driveway. For now, CBS approved for school explains. The recall includes 24 through 2016 model year Jeep Cherokee vehicles equipped with a power liftgate. An electrical short in that device may lead to a fire with the ignition on or off. Chrysler's telling owners to park their vehicle outside until repairs are made. Police in Springfield, Colorado got a surprise when they pulled someone over for alleged drunk driving. They say the man quickly traded places with a dog riding in the passenger seat. He proceeded to blame it on his pet. The driver asked for 2 minutes he'd been drinking. He tried to run away. Police asked. They needed 20 yards before they took him into custody. DQ is down 11. This is CBS News. With a higher quality candidate test, we would need their powerful hiring platform to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place into the group.com/grant. At least report yourself to you. Are there negative quotes from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe a copy of a news article or sensitive personal information about your company. Search engines don't always get it right. Right or wrong, it's your reputation. That's where a reputation defender by Norton comes from. One of the most trusted names in online reputation defender. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. And also to promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is still valuable lead to wins of a big robbery. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681. At least 6 people have died, many of them are unaccounted for after a fire at a hostel in New Zealand. Someone survived motor power. It was a thoughtful experience. He knew there was just one way to survive. Today, the highlight living in the capital Wellington continues to slow down. It's still too dangerous for crime crews to answer to search for victims. But Michigan aside, it's possible to place looking to liquidate risks. Never mind, it's not so fast. A stash of jewelry from the estate of a woman whose son and husband refused to sell their gems during the Holocaust has been sold for a record $202 million at auction at Christie's. The amount surpasses the $137 million it was the Taylor's collection volume in 2011. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It is chilly in this place. We've got some.
Thanks for checking. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
Secret aid, man. Woo. Man, I don't see nothing. Mila, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Right there. I don't see my.
And that's Medishare. You've heard switching to Medishare. Healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. That's huge, but it's also true that after making the switch to Medishare is
City Council. Okay. Yes, it ain't good. Yes, it ain't good.
Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, you can call right now. I can price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart. Here's the number you need: 855-51-51. 855-51-51. You're telling them you're really good.
Okay, we're back. I was just looking at today's city council meeting agenda as usual. We're giving out a bunch of liquor licenses as usual. It's all people doing this time is drink. Every time we get to new business, application for restaurant retail liquor license by Frenchie's LLC doing business as Frenchie's on Cloverdale Road. Application for restaurant and liquor license, DBA Railroad application for lounge retail liquor class 1 license by the Kickback Gaming Lounge. Application for liquor. Look, is any other kind of business government in Montgomery got liquor? Application, although it's legal, ain't matter. It's legal. Okay. Application for special retail more than 30 days liquor license by Montgomery Whitewater. Okay, that's good. Application for a special events retail liquor. Man, we get a lot of like. Why we got these guys going all over the place? Listen, resolution assessing the cost of eviction unsafe structures on Randolph Street, Queensberry Drive, and Pleasant Avenue. Okay, then, the resolution is just one thing. Resolution is reappointing Linda Pickett to the Mental Health Authority. I said, I was doing that for public communication, non-agenda items to address the council. You must have contacted them prior to noon Monday. So which means that if you didn't get the invite yesterday, you won't be able to talk to the council. Now, me personally, now this just ticks me off. We pay all the bills, we pay the taxes, and they don't save us citizens until last. Really? Seriously? They don't do that in Prattville. In Prattville, you go first. I mean, really? So the people who pay the bills. Oh, one thing else I got. Well, I got another issue with the president of the Montgomery City Council. I like Jim Wright. But Jim Wright, you're butthole sometimes when you talk to the people. Y'all forget sometimes y'all work for them people y'all talking to. You know, I mean, come on. Y'all talk kind of nasty. You might talk nasty to people sometimes. You need to slow your roll on that. You know, these people are paying you. And now you're trying to get a raise, which I don't regret for getting a raise. I think with all the hell you got to put it with sometimes, you need a little bit more money. Advantage. But still, honestly, why do we save the people who pay all the bills for last? You're the last thing on the agenda. Isn't that? And therein lies the problem with our government processes in America today. We get put last. Okay? But we're the ones who paid the freight in order to make sure this city moves, the city rolls on. So, Councilman Jim Wright, you know what? Let's put our people first. Let you guys stay there all night long and have a conversation. But don't make me stay there all night long after working hard all day long and trying to get down there. You know, and the rest of the city council people down there too. Seriously, it's kind of like when people take their dog, walk down the street, and let their dog crap in your yard. I gotta pay you. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him. I'm waiting for him. So I get ready to go. And I'm gonna decide who I'm gonna change first. Him, the dog, or the owner. You know, well, this is akin to the dog coming in your yard, raising his leg and dropping his load. Okay? Put the people first. Okay, I don't believe. I mean, the last thing on the agenda is the people who pay the bill. Yeah, great. Yeah, not me on other things. Morning list. Wait. No, thank you. Well, he is. I mean, yeah, he is. I don't know if he's still a member or not. You think he's still? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're going to pay to come in too. Yeah, yeah, we ain't playing that role no more. So, okay. Well, nobody all the time, but I'm not letting people come in and pay somebody else and then treat me like I'm trash. That's like these folks doing to the council, making me last. Don't do that. I'm the mover and shaker in this town. Hmm. But don't nobody really make money being a full student. They're not paying. Yeah. Right, I'm saying nobody's making money except for I think the water board, maybe they may get something, but nobody really gets any money for being a music. And plus they have no power. Oh. Mm. Well, yeah, I think Jen Wright really talks to people down sometimes when they, yeah, yeah. I don't either, because one of the nicest people down there that I know is Orion Mitchell, and Pruitt normally talks to you decently too. You know, this attitude, you talk long enough. Well, I mean, sometimes it takes a little while to get the point across. Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Well, thank you for yours. That's good. That's right. I got you. I appreciate it. I will. Always, always. Let me take one more before I get ready to go. Good morning. Yeah. It's rare, but he had been a bit. Yeah. And we do. Woo. That was over. I got it. I got it in my. Let me have my first look at. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it on there either. Let me look down with the whole thing here, and I appreciate it. Nothing but we'll be back right after these messages. So y'all hold on, and I'll be right back. Somebody's calling me on my phone there, so y'all hold still. I'll be back.
More than 860
Woo. Okay, we are back. It's 8:27 in the morning. You want to get stuff? I'm looking at today's agenda. I don't see old business. I hope I got this says we need it. This mean that we don't need it. Okay, so this mean that be the right. No, yeah, 5, 6, yeah. I don't see anything on here about the Citizens Review Board. A resolution contributing $500,000 to the United Way. Public hearing on proposed ordinance. Oh yeah, it is here. Public hearing on proposed ordinance establishing a citizen police review board within the city of Montgomery. So it is on there. It's the second thing on the agenda. Ordinance establishing a citizen in the third a police review board within the city of Montgomery, sponsored by Councilor Calhoun. Resolution obligating American Rescue Act funding to the Park and Recreation Department for new construction of a community center. Okay, that all works out. Okay, yeah, so the Citizen Review Board is on there for today. But it's there. Good morning, who's this? Yes.
Hey, happy birthday, first of all, to you. Which thing you want to play today for yourself? The Stevie Wonder version or the 50 Cent version?
I haven't heard the 50 Cent version. Oh, okay then. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Actually, I think they don't. Well, I think they trying to take it to 30,000. Right now it's like 18,000 plus they get a little bit rich. So, yeah, from what I saw the other day in the legislation, we want to take them to 30,000 right now as a base. Then they get additional money, I think, for other things, for expenditures and things of that nature, which brings it to about 30. But I think they want to give them $30,000 plus the extra. I'll find that out later on today. Mhm. It sure could. No, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to. Mm. Yeah. 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 And I believe Marche, right. Marche talked to you too. Marche talked to you too. Matter of fact, everyone up there, well, now Brantley Lyons, yeah, Brantley Lyons don't know he up there. Yeah. Well, you know how to do, but, but you don't get paid to do push-ups on the city council. Yeah. Mm. I understand. I understand. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. All right. Hey, appreciate it. I got to take it. I'm running out of time, but I appreciate it. Also, again, I still don't like being at the end of the meeting when you don't listen to the citizens. I just, to me, that is an insult. The citizens should speak, let them go on about their business because you work for us, we don't work for you. So I do have a problem with that. I mean, that's an insult to me. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. What you mean? Yeah, yeah, 6 years to come up with a little bit of report. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets indicted. It was a scam too. But they lied on Trump for 4 years. Just lied on the man. That's what they do. Well, I don't know if Bill. Listen, if Bill went to jail for what he did, had all those bills in jail. He didn't do nothing illegal. Bill brought out. Yeah, we did. We did. Right, we did. So yeah, 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 yeah. That's good. Yeah. Well, now that is because it all starts local. Yeah. Yeah. Now, that's well, it would be 10% lower, 10 cents lower. Yeah, that is true. Well, uh, I couldn't tell you. I guess it goes. Mm. All right. Hey, appreciate it. As a matter of fact, let me correct something. Willie Durham was only on this cooperative board to initiate it. He has nothing to do with it now. So just make sure we get that. Really doesn't have anything to do with. They needed a board in order to create the cooperative, but he's not part of that apparatus now. So, yeah, so those all together. That's exactly what something to do with it. Let me see. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, Ed. Yes. Hmm. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Okay. Yeah. 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 Right. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Right. Well, right. And if you're the money source, then it seems like to me you got something to say. Well, yeah. Right. 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 Well, I shall try. What I shall try once again to get some. I mean, I was really looking forward to the lady from Alabama. Um, but yeah. Okay. Well, wait, somebody did show up. But I appreciate it. I'll see what I can do to get to get somebody. All right, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
About 50 to 10%, but in my opinion, Kevin,
Because that's up to the city council. That's up to the city council to change that, not the mayor. And I brought it up a year. I brought it up a year. They don't care. Mhm. Yeah. Well, now they do them that they do it's on TV. You know, and it's good. It's good clarity and everything. Right. Citizens, right? The citizens look good. Yeah, that's true. They do cut it off. They do. Yeah. They do cut it off. Yeah. Mhm. Well, don't every community do that though? Well, sometimes you got to stand by yourself. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, yeah. All right. Hey, I, mm, all right. Appreciate it. Got to take a break. We'll be back at 8:43, and I still haven't got to my phone. It's 8:43 in the morning. 860-1440 is that number. You want to text me 241-9998. We'll be back. Suavecito. Oh yeah. That's the name of it. That's why my Hispanic brothers and sisters out there. Oh yeah. And we're back. 860-1440. Everybody feels like complaining this morning. You know, they don't like the public service, but I do think the city council needs to do something about this. Making me wait till last in order to say something to the council. I mean, that's like my employee, my employee counseling me. Come on, man. When you sign the front of the check rather than the back of the check, then we can go. Let's go ahead and phone back. Who's been late longest? Good morning. Who's this? Let's roll. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it, sir. Yeah. Well, that may be true, but the city council don't know if that person is a voter. If it comes up there, they don't know. Yeah. Yeah, but that's life. I can make a certain phone call, get to talk to people, but other people can't do it. That's called influence. I don't have a problem with that as long as the influence is not overbearing and not illegally dispersed. I don't have a problem with me being pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, get that thing done up. Yeah. Come on, it's this. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. All right, Mr. Ed. Good morning. Who's this at 8:52? Okay, hey. Yeah, I got you. I could. I need to. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that birthday with you. Good morning, 8:53. Woo! All right then. Anyway, this should come for me. I don't know what time. I think the work session starts at tomorrow. Here. And then you get out there. You can see the meeting before the meeting, and all the decisions are made before the meeting. And then when you show up for the real meeting, all the decisions have already been made, but they make you think that you're actually discussing. I'm just saying, but it ain't hidden. It's not hidden. They spend it. They do these things at a work session, and so by the time you get down there, it's 5 o'clock. We'll stay home. All right then. All right then. What else? I had a lot of things on my plate this morning. I don't know why I stayed the night and do this stuff. Do all this work and all these things. But I'm going to. Okay, so the people who uh, are actually on these things. I was it Jonathan Avance, David Buckley, Donald Williams, Leslie Sanders, and James Carroll. I don't really know who they are. I don't know anybody there on that list. That's rare. I know somebody. These are the board members for the cooperative district. So maybe we can get one of them in one of these days, and before this thing opens, and I'll do some. I'll do some work this morning, see if I can find somebody. Okay. Good morning. All right. Appreciate it. All righty then. Uh, Let me see. Okay, I got anything else going on there? No. I think I'm going to have me a lunch today. Well, I got a meeting up. Get off work. See, I'm almost don't even want to answer the phone this time of day because people get crazy on the phone. So who's this? I appreciate it. I am. Really? Hell, you are old. Yeah, ain't that the truth? That's better to get old than cold. So I'm good. Uh-huh. That would be Marsha Johnson. Right, but But she really doesn't have anything to do with the school. As a matter of fact, who you want to know is Pam Portis. She's on the Board of Education. The city council people have nothing to do with the school, nothing. But Pam Portis, right? She's on the Board of Education. That's the one you want to talk to. But for Lee, anyway. But everybody else, if it's not like it's Dr. Lisa Keith. But for Lee, yeah, Dr. Keith it's for the area over there. But except for they didn't give Dr. Lisa a high school. I guess they were afraid that she might turn some of their minds over. But Dr. Pam Portis is over the high school. Now the council person is Marshall Johnson. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, then. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Okay. All right. I'll do that. 8:57 in the morning. That's good. I'll find out. Okay. I'll do my due diligence to find out who's getting paid what. It really matters. Mm-hmm. Oh well. So much for that. It is 8:57 in the morning. But okay, if you want the weeks to go by fast, have a job and you have to get up early in the morning. Because it seems like as soon as you get off, you go home, you look at the computer, you slap the dog, you say, how do you kid? Then it's time to go back to work. I don't know what's up with you. Maybe I need a job that works like at midnight. Come on, who's this? I'm still working on that. That's the best I can do. All right, then. One more. Good morning. Who's this? Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks. Good. Anyway, no more calls. We don't have enough time. So see you tomorrow. The good Lord says the same. Good morning. Oh, woo, woo.